You know, I have friends that love to eat asparagus, and I have friends that absolutely hate to eat asparagus. So that asparagus vegetable divides people up, but I have a couple of asparaguses that will unify everybody back together again because everybody loves these wonderful plants. Now, this is the asparagus fern and the foxtail fern, and they're both closely related to the vegetable asparagus. Look at this new spear coming out on this asparagus fern. You can see that close resemblance to asparagus just looking at that right there. Now, this is not a fern at all. You've noticed I called it an asparagus, and you can see here the little flower buds. This is a flowering plant. It produces flowers and little red berries. So again, ferns never bloom, they never make fruit, and that again tells us this is not a fern. Now, these are really fabulous plants for the landscape. They tend to be root hardy throughout the state. Asparagus fern is a little bit hardier than this foxtail fern, but for most of them, if you keep their roots and crowns well mulched, they may freeze back in the wintertime and then come back with abundant growth in the spring. These are very adaptable plants. They will grow in shady areas in your landscape, and they will grow in sunny areas in your landscape. If you ever crave that fine ferny texture, but the area where you wanted to plant it was hot and dry and stressful, well, asparagus fern will grow beautifully in those kinds of locations. So you can use these plants in a wide variety of situations. They're also both outstanding in containers. They're drought tolerant, and that makes them tolerate the dryness of containers very well. This is great in hanging baskets, and think of this plant. This is such a striking plant. It's a great focal point in a container. Finally, these are great to cut for flower arrangements. The foliage lasts for a long time in flower arrangements, so I always keep a few asparagus ferns around for that purpose. So think about adding some asparagus ferns, either the asparagus fern or the foxtail fern, to your landscape this summer. Lovely plants wherever you decide to put them. For Get It Growing, I'm Dan Gill with the LSU Ag Center.